GDL patrons present Geek Dad Life After Dark, a special hangout with all of the patrons of the Geek Dad Life Patreon. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Geek Dad Life After Dark. Hello, everyone. It's so much fun to be here hanging out with all of you, especially with my good friends too. Geek Dad Live After Dark. Hello, everybody, to a special freemium edition of Geek Dad Life After Dark. Finally get to find out if John goes topless in After Dark. Oh no, we're getting echo. Hopefully there's not an echo.
Is there?
There's an After Dark theme song. Yes, there is. This is your first time coming to After Dark. This is what you can expect. Singing. I normally have more box wine at the stage. Did Jay always sing that poorly? Come on, Allison. But anyways, yes, thank everybody for coming to hang out with us in a special free for all GDL After Dark. Only happens twice a year after Comic-Con and around Christmas time. And since I've never seen After Dark, there better be a plethora of F-bombs. Well, this is a little bit earlier in the day. Maybe not as many, but if swearing is allowed, I guess I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Dole, John only goes topless when you pay. That's John's OnlyFans. That's not the same thing.
Fuck no! Don't start that shit.
Jay, what day are you planning to go to CalciCon? I don't know. I'm supposed to meet friends on Saturday.
Did you get
John,
tickets
are you
already?
It's this weekend, I think.
Yeah, but did you get tickets?
No, are they sold out? If they are, then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah. Last I knew, I think Sunday was the last day to have tickets, but it might be sold out now because I think that was like a week ago.
Oof. Maybe friend of the channel, Nostalgia Unboxed, he's setting up. Maybe he can get me like a spare pass, or maybe Cro-Mag Toys. I don't know any people I know that are going. Maybe they can just get me a pass to come down. Future Comic Freemium After Dark special, cursing poppycock pooper doodle. Oh my god. Let's say hello to the chat. You all in the chat are already saucy, I gotta say. As Sierra Kilo Bravo met them at Comic-Con as we were looking at the Ghost and his son. Both awesome people. Jamie Vaughn, Oscar, Charlie Weaver, John Johnson's in the house. Oscar Boy, Stanley's Toy Channel. That's the same Oscar I believe I met. Yeah, that was the same one. I met Oscar as well. Stephen Lawrence, Doomsday, Robert, Mutagen Ooze is here. Scott's over here. Chef M80, Fake with Table Toy, Geekosaurus, Thunder House Design. Ryan Dole is not first. So he's to go straight here. I did take a quick pee break, but John jumped right in. I gotta say, it's a pro. Hung Wen is here. Matt Bush is here. Allison, Mecha Manblade, Too Bad Dad, and so many more. Thank you all for coming. If you've never joined a GDL2 anything, hit the subscribe button to Geek Dad Life 2. Anything that's kind of not on the main feed, mainly TV and movies and stuff like that, we cover here on GDL2. Okay, John. My Comic-Con move, and I said this before, is to check everything that I buy on the way home. And I've given this advice to other people that are worried, like, I don't want to ship, it's going to be too expensive. Well, John, I got a 20 by 20 box right here. Oh, God. Full of my hauls from this past week. And it didn't cost me a penny to bring it home.
No shit.
Nope, because I don't really like Southwest, but I was flying Southwest. And they let you check up to 2 bags for free. So I had my first bag, and this was technically my second bag. So a 20 by 20 by 20 FedEx box cost me $0 to send home. And not only that, it was there waiting for me as my plane arrived in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do that anytime. You can always check, even when I have to pay for it. It's still cheaper. Like say Delta, it's $40 for a check bag or something.
Yep.
That's still significantly cheaper than shipping it somewhere.
Yeah. That would have cost you probably $1.50 from
Easily,
California to North Carolina.
especially the FedExes that are at or near the convention center. It's like a jacked up rate, even beyond that. So, crap, I forgot to mention this, Toy Sorceress. For anybody that are friends of this channel, followers of this channel, our friends at Toy Habits got hit with a cease and desist because of those TMNT crossover pictures. So if you have used those at all, or have posted them anywhere, please take them down. I think most people have. But if you are a friend of this channel, then you know that Toy Habits are friends of this channel. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that gets rectified and fixed as soon as possible. So if you still have one posted anywhere, just take it down. Yeah, please delete them. Take them, burn them, get rid of them. They were going around the internets like wildfire. So, if you have them, if you haven't posted anywhere, please remove them and let's do the best of our abilities to scrub those images from the internet. And yeah, if you see them, let them know as well. It's because we don't want our friends at Toy Habits in any type of legal trouble. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. Heading to the dark web now. I hope not. And honestly, I don't know, John. You saw those pics. I feel like those. I don't know. I don't think those are final. Let's wait till we maybe see whatever. I don't know. Let's just leave them. Don't look at them.
No comment.
No comment. So anywho, Mattel has that Barbie money. I'm sad. All right, John. Should I just get started? We don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to share before we get to? Because it's gonna be a lot of my crap.
Yeah, I got one thing.
Okay, you do yours first.
Courtesy of Curtis Comics. He knew that I had been looking for this for what it feels like forever, and he found it and brought it to me in store. He finally got me the NECA Dracula.
Nice.
I could not find this guy to save my life, but Comics sent me a message. He said, "You still need this guy?" I said, "Yes, I do." He says, "I will bring him to you. I will deliver him to you."
Nice.
So
that's
finally,
awesome.
one more off the list.
Boom. Comics, an awesome person. All right. I got a big box of crap, but I did buy one comic, John.
You bought a comic.
I bought a comic
at the comic book convention of all comic book conventions. Or somebody actually bought a comic book.
I bought a comic book, but it was kind of a pity purchase. So, Colleen and I like to walk the floor a lot, just walking around, and so we're just walking down to where the comic books are. It's kind of on the other side of the exhibit hall, and there was this guy there that kept like asking people if they wanted to check out his personal comic that he made, and they kept just like turning him away and like saying no, and it's just like I felt really bad for him as someone that I like to create things, and if putting yourself out there on the convention floor for people to just reject you, it takes a lot of courage. So it's like, all right, I want to listen to this guy's spiel. I want to hear about his comic book. Let's hit me. But then it quickly kind of turned into like an Amway salesman situation because he kept he had his one comic is like, okay, this one's only $10, but you can actually buy the first 5 in the series for $30. And I got one more thing. What if you could buy this in a hardcover for $30? I was like, oh crap, I'm going to get locked into a timeshare or something like that. So he kind of went through his whole spiel, like all these different things. And he closed with his Comic-Con exclusive cover variant for his new comic book. This is the cover here. It's like a foil comic variant cover or something for what's it called? War Lion is the comic book. And so it's like, or you could just get this Comic-Con exclusive foil covers, only 100 made edition, and I'll sign it for you for $25. I was like, fine, I'll pay $25, whatever.
I'll pay 25. Can we finish this now?
Yeah, so I was like, can I get on with my day?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I bought a comic, John. I don't know if I'll ever read it, but hey, maybe this thing will become the biggest war line. It'll become the biggest comic of all time, and I'll have one of 100.
Soon to be optioned by Netflix, maybe.
Maybe
you never know.
Maybe. So anyway, so I picked that up from him. And then that's it for comics. Okay. Toys. I'm just going to do this in order as it's sitting right here. There was, I got a few things from this guy. He had a lot of vintage stuff. And both YHS and I kind of scoped a few things out on this guy's table. The second pass is when I bought these things. But really, he had a sealed mobile command center playset from Jurassic Park. That was the thing I kept kind of oogling over.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted $500 for it, and it looked really crispy clean. But my problem with it being sealed, and I thought $500 was fair, is I didn't want to be the one to open it, so I never pulled the trigger. But like, what's your thoughts on that? Should I have bought it for $500?
No, I feel like if you want that, you can get one loose complete in decent condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw you get loose complete like $350, so I was like,
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna open it anyway. So
right, it's not like a Filmation Ghostbusters.
Yes, that's my only chance of getting one or something like that. So, but this after that time when I finally, because I was talking about it with because Jacob Walsh owns one, and I was talking about it with him. I noticed at the bottom, let's see here, kind of hidden underneath all their stuff, they had. He had a whole bunch of Earthworm Jim figures. So they had Bob and number 4, Princess What's Her Name, Peter Puppy, Hench Rat, and the Earthworm Jim, the water suit one.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had like $20 a piece on all of these. I was like, that Princess What's Her Name is like $5, but the rest are around $20, $40.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, what kind of deal could you do if I'm paying you cash? And he said $80 for everything. So I was like, sure. So I bought these all of these for $80 for everything.
Cool.
And in most cases, the cards are okay, so I don't feel bad opening these bad boys up. So now all I need to have a complete collection is I have an Earthworm Jim, but the card is so nice I don't want to open it, so I need to find another one of those. And then I need a Psychro and the Battle Damage Earthworm Jim. And then I'll have a complete Series 1 collection.
Awesome.
So I was pumped to get that. And then that same guy, I actually got this a couple days before, or the day or two before. He had a ton of vintage Kenner Indiana Jones, and he had the map room set. It's missing a couple of the smaller pieces. He had $120 on it, but he went down to $80 for this.
It's pretty good.
Like, yeah, it had the pieces I would really want plus the figure. So this will look nice in my Indies display right
Indie
there.
display, yeah.
So I got that from that guy. Ian J. I don't know if they're here. He helped, and he actually all the Mattel stuff I have is because of him. And he also gave me the Batman from Flash.
Oh shit!
So I finally got it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Is that you? You sold that to me? Well, thank you. But yeah, this I'm so pumped to finally have this. So thank you. And it looks great in person. So really pumped for that.
Did you end up? I can't remember. Did you end up getting the reissue of the Amazon Batmobile Bats set?
I didn't, but because it went on sale when we were at Disneyland, so I was like, it just didn't work out. But I believe Quip got a spare, and he's gonna give me his, or I'll buy it from him. I'm gonna buy it from him.
Nice.
So, oh, Ian. Okay, your monsters from. Oh, wait, I didn't realize you changed the monster from me. I thought you were two different people this whole time, Ian. I'm an idiot. Well, anyways, Ian, thanks very much for. Wait, do you not want to be publicly known as Ian now? Do I only supposed to call you Monsters from Beyond? Oops. But we ran into each other several times. There's this one booth that had a lot of great vintage stuff, and had this really nice, TV tray He-Man one. But they didn't really want to budge on price. There was a couple places that didn't want to budge on price. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so then there was this interesting person. He had stringy. Hold on, I think Kayla actually on my Instagram, or Abby from Yes Have Some posted a picture of me looking in a Halls of Justice playset box. And it was because I was trying to like work a deal for Craig because he wants a Hall of Justice. I already have a Hall of Justice. I don't need one. And I knew of this guy because on preview night, I think preview night or Thursday, he just had like a stacks of these vintage toys in box just sitting on a chair next to his booth. And I was like, did somebody just buy these? Like, what's going on with these? So the one that first caught my eye is this one. This Freedom Fighter from Secret Wars. And he had a bunch of Secret Wars vehicles and playsets and stuff. It has been open, but it's complete inside. So we had that and the Hall of Justice. He had a bunch of Superpowers vehicles and playsets. So anyway, but he had just sold. I'm kind of bummed I missed out on this. The Batmobile, for $60. I was like, oh,
in a box
Batmobile for $60.
Oh shit!
Damn it! So I love that packaging. I've owned a box one before. And I think I'm pretty sure we found the other person that's selling that one, and he was asking $400 for it. I was like, get out of here, $400 for an open Batmobile. It's like, well, the inserts are still in there. I was like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure you just spent $60 on it. So
yeah, it is still not worth that much opened.
No, that guy had stupid prices. But I did need an Alexor 7, and this is Alexor 7. It is open, but it's still with all the inserts and everything.
Complete.
If I was going to sell this at my booth, I would put it nothing less than $250. So I got both of these for $100.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, that's pretty solid. Complete, that's about what they would be, but these are really nice, clean boxes and everything. But he had a Hall of Justice, and he wanted $500 for it. Same kind of situation. Box was actually worse than this, but it was complete inside the box. He was at $500. I was like, that's too much. Like, as a loose complete, maybe $250 for a Hall of Justice. But then by I think Saturday when we were walking around with the YHS crew, I was like, hey, that guy with the Hall of Justice is over here. It was down to $350. And then just talking, I was like, what's the lowest you could do? And he's like, $300. I was like, oh, okay, we're getting closer. But I don't think Craig wanted to have something that big to ship home, even though I told him about my little trick about checking the box.
Yep.
And so as we're going away, she's like, all right. $290, you take it home. Just go with it. And I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Now, if you came at me with $250, I would probably take it. Here we go. Here's the picture. Yeah, Kayla just sent it to me. Let me see if I can move it over real quick. But this guy was a character. He was like very like tall, lanky, kind of like Peter Mayhew a little bit, and he had like an ascot, and then his roots were really showing like on his dyed hair. He was really fascinating. I don't know why the picture's not downloading. All albums, there it is. Okay, all right, move it over. But it was a fun little like floor haggling deal, which was neat. Yeah, that's the dude. Let me see. Let me pull it up here. Let me make myself normal size. But yeah, here's this in action going down. You can see Craig's forehead right there. This is the guy right there. And it's just I probably should have went back on Sunday to see if he would have done like 250 or something like that, but I was already kind of at capacity. I didn't have space for it myself.
Yeah. Would that even fit in a 20 by 20 box? Is that
probably
box maybe like 24? I think
that's a good point.
Probably would have been box shopping again.
Probably, which again, I would really like that. I love that box. So like in my mind, I was like, Craig, like if you like, I'll take the box. You can take the playset. I just want the box. But you're right. It probably wouldn't have fit in my 2020 box.
And you'll find another one easier anyway.
Absolutely. I was like, Hall Justice, like they're not impossible to find. The thing with Superpowers and Secret Wars, like comic book collectors were buying them then. Mm-hmm. And so there are nice examples available.
Yeah.
Which is good. Okay. Let's move on to the Hasbro portion of this stream. So if you all watched my walkthrough of the vault, you probably saw that they had some of the convention exclusives there, including the Black Chrysanthemum figure. So I picked him up, even though he was $40.
Oof. Woof.
Ugh. When at Comic-Con, you make stupid decisions. But I'll tell you what wasn't a stupid decision. Where is it at? When you leave, or I don't know if you saw it in the video, John, but they give you this set of like blueprints from the vault.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, so you have this one for the Bat, and then got one here for Snake Eyes, and what's the other one here? Oh,
is that Blaster?
Blaster, thank you, Blaster. And what's the other one here? Oh, the Jetfire, which is kind of shocking that they did Jetfire because I don't think they have rights to do him anymore. Is that a tease potentially? What?
That's really cool.
So there's that, and then let's go. There's one last thing if I go to NECA, and oh yeah, okay. There was this other guy there. He's been featured when Pixel Dan goes toy hunting on the floor. It's a twofer. It's two spots. Kind of they split a booth in half. And he always has some great vintage stuff there. I believe the YHS crew, they were oogling over a set of carded Super Mario Brothers, the Bob Hoskins movie figures. Mm-hmm. It was he was kind of too pricey on everything. But one thing I wanted from him is he had the Trendmasters Iron Giant, like the big one.
Yep.
But he wouldn't go under 180 for it. And it was loose. Some of the joints were a little loose. There also some of the screws were a little rusty. And I was like, that feels high. And I would go on eBay, and really nice loose examples go for 150. And so I offered him 150 and he said, nah, 180. I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. But then I did get Chuckles, but he was pre-order. So that'll ship when it ships. But he did have a
oh, nice. Jake Rockwell.
Yep, Jake Rockwell. He had, again, just talking about his prices, but I got this on Sunday. He had $35 on it, just with it has nothing but the figure and the helmet. Mm-hmm. He's the last one I need to get to complete the main three at least. But he went down to $15 on Sunday, so I was like, all right, I'll pick it up for $15.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There was one vintage toy that got away though, John. The same guy that I bought my Toy Biz Batcave from last year. Mm-hmm. He had a mint in box T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park toys.
Yep.
And he had $375 on it on the sticker. Or maybe it was $350. It was somewhere around there. But on preview, I was like, ooh, that'd be cool to have. So I was like, well, he likes, what's your cash price? And he was like, I'll do $300 cash. I was like, okay, that's fair, whatever. The box wasn't great. It was a little dinged up. It had a tear over the Jurassic Park logo, but it still presented really nice. But I don't know. I just didn't want to spend $300 on it. So I was like, well, maybe over time, maybe it'll come down from 300 because this is preview night. You're going to have your highest prices on Wednesday preview night.
Yep.
And so I go back on that when I was there with the YHS crew walking around. I asked again, I was like, okay, you said 300. It's Saturday. Would you go any less? Would you do like 250? And he was like, nope, 300. Because you're getting a really good deal. You don't have to pay tax on it. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, you don't have to pay tax on it either, but okay.
Right.
He was like, come see me Sunday. I was like, all right, fine. I will go on Sunday. I will see you on Sunday. And that's where he's like, you don't want to take any shit home, right? Nothing. And so I go on Sunday and I asked him, I was like, hey, we talked yesterday. You said yesterday 300 was the best you could do. How about today? Could you do any better than 300? He's like, no, I want to stay at 300. I was like, what about 280? He's like, no, I'm going to stay at 300. I think that's a really good price. I'm like, all right, well, then I guess I'm not getting it. And so I didn't get it. So I'm kind of bummed that sometimes in those situations, like where you told me to come back Sunday and you still don't want to budge. Like, I don't know. Am I being the jerk here, John, or what's the thoughts here?
I think we're just programmed to expect the lowest price on Sunday because we both sell, and that's what essentially we do at toy shows. We will go lowest on Sunday, but I also understand where he's coming from. It's a nice eye candy piece to hold on to.
Yep. But it's okay. I was like, I made peace with it. I wouldn't have had room for it anyway, so I'm fine. It's fine. John, in your honor at NECA, I hit up NECA on preview night, and I got the Comic-Con Alf.
Oh, well done.
You said you already got one, so I didn't get you one. You already got one, right?
I did. Yep.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I would just give you this one. But
I think I got shipping updates already today.
Oh, nice.
That they're getting ready to ship.
I do not have the regular Alf, but I did want an Alf, and I was like, this is the perfect way to get him the Comic-Con edition.
Yep. So hold on to him. He's getting a reboot. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, I didn't. Who's rebooting?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
That sounds perfect. But anywho, and then of course I had to get this bad boy, the TMNT 3 movie set. I don't know, really pumped to get this one. Closing out.
Sponsored by Yes Have Some.
Yes. Oh yeah, hold on, here it is. And I gotta say, like, that quote takes up like 30% of the back of the package.
That's pretty good. That's awesome. Good.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I think Pixel Dan's quote was like maybe a sentence or two. They got like a full paragraph on this thing.
That's cool.
It's funny. I chatted with Trevor a little bit in line on preview night. He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna get your box signed by Yes Have Some." I should have done that. I should have had them sign it while I was there with them. Let's see. Whew. All right. And then Mondo, our friends at Mondo, Peter and Hector, gifted me a Magneto.
Oh, nice.
So I've got a Magneto. I got to open this thing up and see what all the fuss is about. So thank you to Mondo for giving me that. And they also, they know that I collect records. So then Peter's like, here, take this. So I got the Up album, which is, again, one of my favorite soundtracks. Big Michael Giacchino fan. I've met him. Really nice guy for my Lost days. And then his soundtrack for the Batman, the special Mondo edition. So I got those as well.
Cool.
And then what else? Now we're on. Oh, just one last thing before Mattel. Mark something or another. He's another famous guy at the Comic-Con. He's the guy that's the frenemy of Jordan from Toy Hunter.
Oh yeah, yep.
He sets up every year, and he's got a weird setup where you kind of have to like finagle your way into his booth. It's like all cut off and it's chaotic. So I went in like the last stage to see if there was anything. People kept saying he could do a really good deal on something. I've had these carded and have sold them a couple times. I was like, I guess I'm gonna try to get back into this. But he had a Swamp Thing, the climbing Swamp Thing. And it had no price on it. So then I was like, okay, well, what are you asking for this? It was kind of tucked away behind a couple things. And he was like, or one of the guys went to go ask him. He went and looked on his Amazon store. And then he was like, $45. And I was like, yeah, no thanks. And I started putting it back. And he was like, how about 30? I was like, how about 20? He was like 25. I was like, I could do 20. And then he was like, fine, I'll take 20. So then I got this for $20.
That's how you do it.
I did this. I started putting it back. I was like, nah, I'm okay. It's like, all right, fine, $20. Give me $20. I was like, okay. I mean, in my mind, these are worth $20, but John, are these worth more now?
They go up and down so much.
Yeah.
I would say 20 is safe.
Okay.
20 is a safe price, you know.
I do want to get back into them though. I've had the whole collection and I've sold it a couple, like at least once. But I kind of want to get back into it. All right, and then Ian or Monsters from Beyond hooked me up with all of my Mattel wants. So I got the Return of the Jedi ATST Hot Wheel, or he got me that. And then the problem now with the rest of the Mattel stuff, it's just in shipper boxes. So this is the Jurassic Park Jeep that I haven't taken out of the shipper box yet. And hold on. The Muhammad Ali.
Cool.
And the Steven Spielberg. This was out of the Mattel booth, John. This was the quick sellout every day. This one sold out for the show.
I figured that would be the one. If not for the Spielberg figure, but all the accessories he came with.
Yep. He sold out, I think, every day, and towards like Saturday or Sunday, he was sold out for the show. So this one and the Evil Ryu seem to be the ones that sold out. Everything else, like you could walk up and get most days. Oh, and then Mondo, everything sold out on Mondo because they did pretty limited runs on those things. And then a couple last things. That same booth I got the Earthworm Jim stuff from. They had vintage movie pins for Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, cool.
When the movie came out, and then Ghostbusters, I've been slimed, so I picked those up. And then this isn't really a toy, but I saw my beloved Padres, even though they lost because they're just stinking this year. But at the baseball game, you can buy these blind boxes, and they're actual like major league authenticated baseballs from the game. Does the Red Sox do this?
Not that, I mean, maybe they do now. Haven't been to a game in a couple of years.
But so it's a blind box. You don't know what you get, but it's a game used baseball, and there's a little QR code on the top, and you can scan it, and it'll tell you exactly what this ball was used for. So this was a pitch strike by Blake Snell last year, and then it was thrown again, a ball in the dirt. And then it was taken out of play, and then you can see the scrape of it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. Like that's so much better than half the other crap that they sell at parks.
Right? Yeah, they had this little shop. It was like the MLB Authentic shop, and they had bats, jerseys, hats, all like player worn stuff, or even just like, you know how they issue hats and they issue more than they need. So they had like all the extra hats for like Jackie Robinson Day or all these special days and stuff like that. And you just buy them. And so anyway, so this was, I think it was $60. I was like, to buy a brand new Major League Baseball at like Dick's is like $40. So this one's like, we went to the Yankee Stadium, again, big thanks to Michael Traverso. And to buy a Major League Baseball at Yankee Stadium, not authentic, real from the game, it was like $59. So the fact that I could get this for 60 is pretty cool. But even cooler, my son Zach really wanted to catch a ball or get a foul ball, and we were on the third base side, but field level, but kind of towards the back, tucked away. But then he ran up to the edge corner where the ball lady hands the balls to the kids if she gets a foul ball or whatever.
Yep.
And he hung out there the whole game. And they let him just hang down there, just kind of. And he had like the time of his life. But he kept like there's tons of kids down there, so he didn't get a chance to get a ball. Well, I don't know if the Padres do this, but you can also get balls from the game you're actually watching.
What?
Yeah. So throughout the game, depending on the balls they take out, they'll bring them up into that shop, and you can buy them right then and there. Different game, and there's different prices depending on how cool the ball is or how important the ball is.
Right. Yep.
And so he loves Manny Machado, and there was a ball there that was pitched to him, and it hit the dirt in the first inning, and he tapped it with his bat to send it back out. And they pulled that ball, and they were selling in the shop for $45, and it was authenticated MLB and everything.
That's a better deal than the ball that you bought because you know what you're getting.
Exactly. And so I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And Zach was so disappointed they didn't get a ball. I was like, hey, buddy, I got you one better. This one was thrown to your favorite player, and he actually touched it with his bat. Here you go. And he's just like, he was over the moon. But I thought that was really, really cool. There's a rumor Ohtani's not going to San Diego. Not a chance in hell. I think they just said they're not trading him. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, we were talking balls. I apologize. So there are my Comic-Con hauls, John. How did you think I did?
You did well. You did very well. A lot of vintage. That's not always the case.
I just felt like there was vintage stuff I wanted there. Like sometimes that's not the case, but I was like, well, I need a Lexor 7. I've been wanting to get it. I need some more. This is all stuff that I was looking for. So they had it, and yeah.
Does that mean you're going deep on Secret Wars now?
I don't know. It was kind of just it was there, and I was surprised this was the impulse, the Secret Wars. I'm not, but you know me, I like having play sets. And so the fact that this is a play set, it's not the other play set, but it's one that I actually didn't remember existing, the Freedom Fighter. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I'm going to hold it. Maybe I'll run into a collection, and then I'll flesh that out a little bit.
Yep.
Y'all are edging into YHS territory, the number one sports stream. Chris Penn, do you guys you think a guy would write that story for the ball? It's a lie. No, it's kind of cool. I've seen how they've done it before. So basically there's an MLB statistician or something that sits at every baseball game right next to the dugout. And so any game that gets taken out of play, they actually notate all the detail, and they put that authentic sticker on it. Actually, anything that's MLB used. Actually, really I have a Tatis signed poster here, and even it has the here it is, this MLB authentic hologram sticker. And so you can just check to see and they'll tell you when Tatis signed this or whatever. So if it's like an official MLB thing, they have employees that track it, which is pretty cool. So like in the case of the ball I got for Zach, like yesterday, I was like, let's watch it happen. Let's see your ball on TV. So we replayed it, and there it was. There's the whole thing that happened. It was really cool. But anyways, Secret Wars vehicles are so underrated. YHS hashtag #1 weather stream still. Anyway, yeah, MLB does not fuck around. You are correct, for better or worse. All right, John, I think it's come up to wrapping up time. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
It was definitely a good Comic-Con for toys.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I wonder if the Eternia last year was such a mic drop that it really encouraged everybody else to step up their game this year.
Probably. I mean, the Star Wars team knew that they needed to step up their game after having 2 failed projects. So I think that was going to be a given.
Yeah.
But I think that the Cat Slayer is still such a surprise for everyone.
I kind of wish they didn't tease it at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
And just like it, same way the attorney is like, wait, what? And just the rumblings of the con or whatever.
Right.
I kind of wish it was like that, but even still, even though we were teased and we knew it was coming, it still was knocked our socks off.
Yeah, because even with the teases, the first week, 2 weeks, none of us expected ultimate scale. We were like, it might be reaction or a new scale altogether. There's no way it's an ultimate scale. And there it is.
And there it is. With the tip of his cap, Emilio Estevez, Mr. Mighty Duck himself. But thanks for letting the plebes in the After Dark Club for a night. Hey, listen, After Dark is a ton of fun. We do it every Sunday night, pretty much. So if you've enjoyed this, it's $5 for the Patreon. Gets you access not only to every time we do it, but every single After Dark we've ever done ever. I mean, we've had some really fun After Darks.
Go
a little more loosey-goosey. Exactly. So you can not only access the future, but you get access to the archives. So here's my pitch. Go become a patron. Patreon.com/geekdadlife. $5 a month is a steal. Thank you everybody for watching all the Comic-Con coverage. It was a ton of fun. It was another great con. And I'm so thankful that everyone enjoyed the Toy Tubers Unite panel. I gotta be honest, John, I was really nervous before that one. I'm always nervous before I do something new. I was nervous about that.
I would have been most nervous because doing it in front of Pixel Dan, like
right, exactly
the creator of it all, of the toy tubing.
Yeah, it's one thing if it was just like us and Mad Hatter and Kevin and Toy Anxiety Crew. It was like Pixel Dan's respectable. So I'm really thankful. It went well. Had a lot of fun. I was right in. How do I stop the stream? Although I was so worried about streaming, it was like I have my phone. I could use that because I have to use my laptop to project to the screen behind us. But I'm glad my cellular reception in that hall worked for that. And not only that, it's a really good point, Allison. We have a Patreon exclusive Discord where you get to hang out with most of the people here in the chat all the time, talk toys, talk about anything really. A lot of different sections in the Discord. You get to access that as well. And yeah, you can actually promote and share your stuffs as well. It's just a really cool thing. Yeah, again, anybody, if you see those TMNT Motu crossover pictures, whatever, either if you've posted them, take them down. If you haven't, let them know. Just because we don't want our friends at Toy Habits getting in any trouble. Yeah, exactly. It was really great. Maybe they cut down the service on Sunday. Who knows? But yeah, Oscar, great to meet you. Great to meet everybody. Dwight met Dan 5 times at various conventions. Exactly. I've met him before too. Always incredibly nice. But it's when you're putting on a production that is going to, star him among other friends. Like it's just it makes me a little nervous. I don't want to screw it up. A little nervous. All right. You'll join. Thanks, Thunderhouse Design. I'm turning into the guy that sold me the comic. I was like, okay, all right, listen. You can go, but just listen to my pitch. Just listen to my pitch. Oh my God. Great question, Nelson A. We got to do that. I'm sorry, I've lost track of that. Just it's been busy, but how about we do one next week, Nelson A. Calling it here. But yeah, I need to do one of those soon. Toy Connections, it was surreal. It was really cool. It was a really neat moment, and hopefully the first of many. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out on this special free for all GDL After Dark. The fun doesn't end here, though. I'm going to go join Ryan Dole on Gotham City tonight. We're going to talk about superpowers over there. So if you haven't given Gotham City Tonight a view or a follow or a subscribe, head over there right now. Gotham City Tonight on YouTube. And we'll be talking more from Comic-Con. And again, tomorrow, Toying Around, I'll be joining Kevin. I'm not going to open up everything, but I'm going to open up a lot of my Comic-Con pickups on Toying Around on YouTube. Whew. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great night. Hasta luego. And goodbye. Take care, everybody.